Hey there, my amazing angling friends, and welcome back to the channel. Your friendly fishing expert is here, and today we're diving deep into what promises to be a truly fascinating day on the waters of Ireland. We're talking about Saturday, the 27th of September 2025. Now, I've crunched the numbers, pored over the forecasts, and trust me, this isn't just any late September day. We're looking at a blend of classic autumn fishing opportunities mixed with some challenging conditions that will truly test your skills. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do to turn a potentially tricky day into a triumph on the water. All right, let's talk tactics for some of our favorite Irish species. First up, the magnificent pike. As water temperatures begin to drop, pike are really starting to bulk up for winter, making them increasingly active. On this day, I'd be looking for them patrolling the margins, especially around reed beds, lily pads, and any sunken structures in lakes or slower-moving rivers. Why these spots? Because baitfish will be seeking shelter and warmth there, making them prime ambush points for hungry pike. For gear, a medium-heavy spinning rod rated for 20 to 60 grams paired with a strong 20 to 40-pound braided line is ideal. My go-to lures would be large, soft plastics like shads or grub-tailed lures fished on a weighted jig head. Alternatively, a medium-sized jerkbait can work wonders. A little trick for autumn pike: focus on natural colors like perch or roach imitations. And don't be afraid to fish slowly, pausing your retrieve to let that lure flutter. That often triggers a reaction strike from a wary pike when they're a bit sluggish due to changing pressure. Next, for you saltwater enthusiasts, let's talk sea bass. Late September is often considered one of the best angling months for sea bass around Ireland, with coastal water temperatures still holding around 15 to 16 degrees Celsius. These fish are feeding hard, fattening up before the colder months. You'll find bass in estuaries, along sandy beaches with a good surf, and around rocky headlands, particularly on the south coast. When targeting bass, I highly recommend a medium to heavy spinning rod, roughly 8 to 10 feet in length, coupled with a fast retrieve reel. My top lure choices would be surface poppers or shallow diving minnows during dawn and dusk, or soft plastic, weedless lures if you're fishing rocky areas. Live sand eels or lugworms are also fantastic baits if you prefer bait fishing. Look for areas where currents create natural food traps or where baitfish are congregating. And for our river and lake dwellers, the brown trout. While the salmon season is winding down, brown trout remain active, especially in the cooling waters of autumn. They'll be found in riffles, behind rocks, and in the eddies, where they can conserve energy and ambush food. Freshwater temperatures will be around 12 to 14 degrees Celsius, which keeps trout actively feeding. For fly anglers, a 5 or 6 weight fly rod with a floating or intermediate line is perfect. My little trick here is to use a team of wet flies or buzzers, retrieved slowly. Patterns like the claret dabbler, octopus, or gorgeous George in sizes 10 to 14 are often effective. If you prefer spinning, small lures like Toby or Mepps spinners can also entice a strike, especially when casting into choppy water. Focus on dawn and dusk, but don't rule out the middle of the day, especially if there's good cloud cover. Now, let's break down the conditions. For Saturday, the 27th of September, we're looking at daytime temperatures averaging around 14 to 16 degrees Celsius, dropping to 7 to 9 degrees Celsius overnight. This slightly cooler trend in air temperature will naturally influence the fish to feed more actively, preparing for winter. We are expecting some rain throughout the day, with periods of heavy precipitation, especially in the afternoon. This can stir up the water, dislodge food, and provide good cover for predatory fish, making them bolder. Wind will be moderate to fresh, predominantly from the south-southeast, shifting towards the west, with potential for stronger gusts towards the coast. Stronger winds can create chop, which often gets baitfish moving and makes predators more active, but it can also make casting a challenge. Atmospheric pressure is the real curveball for Saturday. While it starts relatively stable, around 1,017 millibars, a significant pressure drop is anticipated as a powerful Atlantic storm approaches for Sunday, the 28th. A rapidly dropping pressure can often make fish finicky and drive them deeper, or to hide. However, sometimes, just before a major drop, there can be a brief burst of feeding activity. Keep a close eye on your barometer, friends. As for water temperature, coastal waters are holding around 15 to 16 degrees Celsius, while our freshwater lakes and rivers are cooler, typically 12 to 14 degrees Celsius. These temperatures are right in the sweet spot for many species, triggering that crucial autumn feeding frenzy. And the moon? On the 27th of September 2025, we'll be under a waxing crescent moon with around 26 to 29% illumination. While popular fishing lore often favors full or new moons for peak activity, a waxing crescent, especially one that's 5 days old, can still offer good fishing. My experience tells me that during this phase, the twilight hours, dawn and dusk, are particularly productive, as the low light provides excellent cover for predators. So definitely plan your fishing around those low light periods. Considering all these factors of the cooling temperatures, the autumn feeding mode of the fish, the rain, the moderate winds and the tricky dropping pressure, I'd rate the overall fishing activity for Saturday, the 27th of September, as a capricious to good bite. It's not going to be easy, but the fish are there and they are hungry. The key will be adapting to the changing pressure and leveraging the periods of rain and low light. So for the prepared angler, this day holds significant potential. Don't let the weather deter you. Embrace the challenge. Well, that's my forecast for the 27th of September 2025. I wish you all nothing but tight lines and screaming reels out there. May your nets be heavy and your spirits light. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this forecast helpful. Subscribe to the channel for more expert tips and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. And tell me in the comments below, what are your plans for this weekend's fishing? What's your go-to lure when the pressure is dropping? Share your wisdom with our amazing community. Until next time, my friends, tight lines and happy fishing.